Folks, today what I want to talk about is your typical AC service call. During these hot times, particularly here in the Southwest Florida, it is miserably hot. And I know it's hot all over the United States. We're having record heat waves. So what I'd like to do is point out a couple of things here that are common problems with your AC system, okay? And you'll have your service guy come, and what you need to do, your service guy is going to say, well, ma'am, your thermostat is bad. Here is a thermostat. And he needs to show you why it's bad. And some of the things that could be bad with it would be the batteries. It could be set on not cool or not heat, okay? It cannot have a common hooked up to it. It could have a common hooked up to it. There could be something wrong with the transformer in the air handler. So he needs to explain to you what's going on with that. But these are one of the problems, and this is also the first place that you need to go to would be the thermostat. The second place you would need to go to is breaker. A lot of times we go out and there's breakers that are tripped. And this is a breaker here. You see it's off, but you need to look real carefully because when it's in the center position, it'll look like it may be on or off, but you can't really tell. The breaker is very important. Another thing you need to look at is, do you feel hot air coming out of your grill? So you walk up to a supply grill, either in the ceiling or on the floor, and see how hot it is or how cold it is, okay? If it's blowing out really cold air, then it may be doing all it can do. I had done a video earlier about these things are only designed to do about 20 degrees difference, 18 to 20 degrees. They can only put out so much, so turn the thermostat down within 2 degrees of set point of your nighttime temperature. Another problem here is in your attic. If your AC system's in your attic, or if it's in your hallway, or if it's in your garage, a lot of times these switches here, you see how you got the black wire going to the top? They fill up with water and they'll kick out. Okay, let me just show you one real quick here. They'll kick out. See this plunger? This plunger will fill up. This thing will fill up and the plunger will go up and it'll trip it out. Okay, so sometimes you as owners can walk to your air handler, depending on if you're capable of getting to it up in the attic or in the hallway, and you can just take it and this thing just pulls straight out. Okay, see if you have water. If you have water in it, that means you could have a clogged drain, or you could have another issue. You may see an SS3 switch. If you have an emergency pan, if your AC system went horizontally, you may have another emergency switch. This is what we call a pan switch, okay? And this switch here, it works the same way as the other one. It will come up and it'll shut the water off, so you need to look at that. Now, what happens, and I'll do another video on this, but what happens, you go outside and you'll have a trap. Or it could be in the attic, okay, depending on the location. But a lot of times these traps, is the point I want to make, they get clogged. So if you have a shop vac, you can actually pour water in your air handler up in the attic through this switch here and clean this out. That'll be a separate video. But right now you can go outside and maybe put your shop vac on this pipe and clean it out, okay? Sometimes the issue is your filters. You got to make sure you have clean filters, okay? I always tell my customers, every time you get your electric bill, change your filters. That's the best thing you can do, okay? Because filters are like an oil change in your car. The longer you replace the filters every month, keep them clean, the longer your AC system will last, okay? You will get years out of it by just changing the filters, okay? Now, if your contractor says, oh, the capacitor's bad, which this is a capacitor, this is what it looks like, have him to show you the one he's putting in and have him show you the one he's putting out, okay? Because these things are very expensive to install. It's not that the part is expensive, it's the fact that you have got to hire the technician to come out and figure out what the problem is to fix it, okay? But these things are very pricey. And one way to figure that out is if your indoor unit's running and the outdoor unit's not cooling, walk outside and see if your outdoor fan is running or see if you can hear the compressor running. sometimes you can take a stick and just push the fan blade and get it to run, okay? And that works out really, really well. Sometimes they'll tell you they need a hard start kit because the compressor's not working. The outdoor fan's running, but the compressor's not running. So here's just an outdoor hard start kit. A lot of times these guys will sell you this, okay? And these can be very expensive too, so you make sure you watch him or see what he's doing here, okay? So make sure we're getting what we need here. Folks, this is just a couple of things that you need to look for. A lot of these guys are on commission, they're high pressure salespeople. Their employer are making these guys go out and do things sometimes they don't really need to do. All I'm trying to do is give you a little bit of knowledge so you as the owner can maybe repair your own problem, you know, replace the batteries in your thermostat, change your filters, get a shop vac and clean out the drains, you know, just do your own stuff and try to maintain everything, okay, that you can do for yourself and save yourself hundreds of dollars. I hope this video was simple enough to explain to help some of you guys. And if you like this video, if you don't mind, please share, please subscribe, and please comment. And thank you again. Have a great day.